5-second board does go up. When that goes on, the red lights are on. And when they go out, it's the first Sigma 150 race of the JMRG Catering Graduates for 2026 is all set to go. Red lights are on. Goldstein and Heaton on the front row of the grid. They go out. It's a cracking launch from the outside of the front row from Henry Heaton. I thought he might well get a good launch, and he has done. He's beaten the champion Goldstein down towards tail. There's a couple of cars going a bit sideways. A bit of contact. A few wings go off in the background. 2 or 3 cars have made contact, but the pack heads down towards Ritchie's. One car's off to the inside line with damage into the barriers. The other one was off onto the grass, but ambled its way back on without too much drama. The rest of the field goes streaming through Ritchie's, but under brakes and off the front row of the grid, Henry Heaton does indeed lead the way. It is Goldstein in second place. A couple of cars getting very sideways, including 175, which is James Sibbett in green and purple. And in third place, I was trying to find out the numbers they'll go through. Into sixth place has gone 58, which is Rob Warner, up from what was 10th on the grid, so up 4 places into 6th. So a strong start so far. But Henry Heaton, Caterer veteran, up against the champion. There's more wings going flying in the background, but it's now Heaton versus Goldstein, and the rest of the pack piling in towards Agostini. And without too many dramas, they've all just about got through relatively unscathed. And as I say that, the 16 of Peter Hughes gets rather rudely nerfed in the rear by somebody else through Agostini hairpin. Goldstein loses the lead back to Heaton, who leads them across the line by the absolutely chasm of a margin of 15,000 of a second. Huge margin from McDougall in third, and then it's Haynes in fourth and Has in fifth position. More battling going on further back. That's 35, 16 and 55, which is William Van Es.
The sharp end of this group, considering the squabbling that's going on behind, but equally not going to help hugely unless there's a bit of a scuffle and we see drivers exiting stage left or right. I think a missed gear there off of the corner. Sees one driver just lose a place there as they head through the left-hander of Palmer.
At play as well. The leaders come back in towards Brundle and Nelson. 19 and 15. It's changed again, so Goldstein's back in front of Hayes this time. Heaton's back to third. McDougall, no, that's
I think Haynes down to third.
It looked like it was Warner up to fourth as well, I think, because like his car possibly was in there as well. Unless I was reading Callum McDougall's car in a different colour scheme. More thumping of the curve from the inside line, that rest of that back in the top 10. And that is going to be 49-18, 48-90. That's Hoare and Gibson in the top 20. 128 Gould's in there, Raymond and others in there too. To come out of the right-hander over the curbs and back through the right-hander again. Side by side across the line. Goldstein and Haynes. And what's the gap this time by? Oh, massive. It's 13,000 of a second. So that's even it's way too big. Heaton's still third. It is Clark into fourth now, actually. So it's now Stephen Clark, who started back in 14th place, is up to fourth
place, but his car very much battle scarred from his moves through the order, flapping bits of bodywork, as you say. That's not hampering his pace for the moment, though. Lovely exit out of the right of Williams, and now pushing on down the back straight. I think that's just enough of a run here to pop it up the inside of Heaton. It might be Heaton now out of the top 3 after leading this race for so long. Up the inside goes Clark, and into third place he goes. Goldstein losing the lead ahead. It's Haynes back to the sharp end there. Well, as you've seen so many times, we're only just over half race distance in this one, and it's all kicking off as if it's the last lap. So
an entertaining piece of racing. No lead change on the pit straight this time, which is unusual for catering racing. That is very highly unlikely for
Don't speak
caterers.
too soon, mate.
I don't speak too soon. Here they go. It's 3 abreast. I did speak too soon. Stephen Clark goes past both of them in towards Richie. Scored a brilliant piece of driving to catch them off guard. Paul Goldstein gets completely hung out to dry. Loses another 1, 2, maybe 3 spots. And we could have been in the lead through Richie's score. He's back down to 6th. That's incredible.
A lot of work to do here at the back of the pack. He's up to the inside of 2. It's Goldstein not waiting around at all. Sends it back up the inside. Loses the momentum on corner exit, though. Might slip back behind both of those 2 drivers he's just gone and passed as they head well just outside of the top 10. So with these guys still going door to door as we change to the lead once more, then Clark round the outside as we head down into Brundle and Nelson once again. So for the first time properly in this race, Sebastian Clark is into the lead, and don't forget he started this one in 14th place.
Quite well, far down the order. That's just outside the top 20 by the look of it. That's the likes of, yeah, we've got Gould, Hoare, Witten and White battling over position. This is down right for the final spot in the top 20 between these. I want to say who that is, but I can't quite tell his number. That was now Clark going to the front again. Yes, that's now Haynes into second. It's now, that's Sibbett into third place. Well, it was Sibbett into third place. He's now been jumped by Henry Heaton, who tries to get him back on the exit.
The commentary box, we continue on side by side for the lead once more, and again, dragging his way round the outside. The 99 back to the sharp end. Max Haynes leads this race once again. but Clark there chopping across on his teammate to try and hold on to second place. I think he's just about been able to do it, flying around the outside as that beautiful green and purple car will get shuffled to the exit though. Might still make up a place, but not quite the two that they were hoping for. Well then, Haynes back to the sharp end as Clark turns his focus to these few drivers behind. Only about 5 or 6 minutes earlier, is that with them all battling like this, it's going to bring more drivers into the fray, and that was a very bold move there up the inside to retake second place, but it's worked, and here comes Goldstein up the inside. They're almost making it 3 wide there into the braking zone. Goldstein makes up 1 place, not quite 2 there on Clark. Stays on the outside as I'll continue to power down the back straight once again.
That's the fast snap of the races. You see Haynes defending from Clark, and Clark actually opens the door for Sibbett to get through. There's all sorts of fisticuffs behind going on, but for 4th place backwards. That's now Goldstein's been bullied out of the way, and so is Heaton. But I think McDougall, 171, which
still more moves going on, but here's the battle for the lead then.
Sibbett
looking to take the lead here. Sibbett round the outside in the braking zone. So close. The respect given between these drivers is unbelievable as they lean on each other. Through the right, they'll continue side by side into the bomb hole. Will the room be given? Just about. We're nearly going to go 3 wide here into Coram as we head towards the final lap.
Sibbett leads the way. It's anyone's guess to who wins this now. Clark back to the inside. McDougall tries to get past Haynes. Goldstein defends from Heaton. I realised about 6 names in half a second, but they've held on. Sibbett's now back to second place. Now it's Clark who leads the way. Haynes in third, trying to make it second on the inside line. Goldstein and Heaton swarming all over each other for 5th. Fantastic. I've missed Cage. Oh, Goldstein! Huge outbreaking manoeuvre down toward the inside line. Couldn't get that one stopped. That was almost disaster for number 1 car.
How did he miss everyone else there? That was unbelievable threading of the needle there from Goldstein. Yeah, something's happened there, whether he's gotten shoved to the grass in the braking zone or simply totally misjudged his braking point. Either way, battle over for Goldstein. He slips back into the pack, and that's points lost here from race number 1 of the season from your defending champion. A shame from him on the final lap, but could this just be the start of a perfect final lap here for Clark? He's broken away, I think, the most we've seen of anyone in this leading group the whole race, and it's on the last lap. The perfect time to do so.
27 car that's further up the order, which is, or 127, which is Howes, of course, in the catering from earlier on. Again, swarming all over each other. Sibbett a bit of a lock-up as Haynes hold on to second place, but let's call them home to the line. And Clark then looks like he's almost away and dry. He's got a cosmic gap about, what, half a second or so, which is literally almost like 20 seconds in regular racing, but that's a huge gap to hold on to as he goes through the bomb hole. Leaders come back towards Coram. They're trying to be 3 abreast behind in the 4th position, one of which I think is Ian Howes or it's definitely, no, it's Henry Heaton. But I've pictured froze for a second there, but out the final corner up towards the pit straight, it looks as though, unless Sybil's going to close in and try and make a closing onto a line here, but to go side by side, he's going to be too little too late. And for the first race of the season in Sigma 150, it will be Stephen Clark who takes the first win in Caterham Graduates in the category after another fantastic 20 minutes of Caterham action from start to finish. It is Clark who wins, and remember, he started 14th, Sibbett second is in 8th, and Max Haynes started in 5th position. He's the highest placed finisher and finished on the lowest step of the podium, ironically.